Hey there, welcome back. I know I'm a little late because it's been a bit over a week since you heard from me, but I've been extremely busy. All right, we have business to take care of. You ready? Let's go. Today we have 4 more winners to the giveaway and 2 bonuses, and we'll get to that. But our podcast subject is our final part to this particular subject, which is physical intimacy. We said that we're going to talk about the back of the body. Well, what's amazing to me is if you don't see one's eyes or their face or how they make expressions, how would you know whether or not you like them from behind? Is that what attracts you? And if so, that's interesting. Just to recap, we spoke about not only intimacy and what it means, but what attracts us, what doesn't attract us, and does it really matter when what we're looking at with our eyes may not match what you want with the personality or the emotional experience that you want that other person to have before you involve yourself. Many of you are spiritual and some of you are not, but I do have to throw this little nugget in there to get you to understand that when you join your bodies together like that in intercourse, that becomes like a bond, a covenant between each other. Whether you never see each other again or not, you have allowed all of that person's experiences and all of your experiences to be put together. Even if it's in that moment, some of you have not been able to shake certain things or certain people because you have created what we call a soul tie. So just in case you don't know what that means, I'm going to share it with you because remember, we're talking about the good things about ourselves. And if you know what's good and what's right and what's fair in the world, especially when you're looking at doing things physically with somebody, then I think that you will live a better life and you can also be a better person. Some of you aren't interested in that, and that's okay. Like I said before, perhaps this particular part of our podcast isn't for you, but I hope you all will tune in and listen to how you can enjoy your partners, especially before you even meet them, not just by looking at what turns you on, but what goes beyond that. Aren't you more of a being than just sexual? Isn't that something that should be the cherry on top as opposed to the full course meal or perhaps even dessert? Where is the substance? So let's get to the back of the body. The head, the shoulders, the neck, the back, the buttocks, the hips, the thighs, the legs, the feet. And while we're at it, why don't we look at the hands? What is it about those parts of the body that your eyes are instantly drawn to? You're not so much concerned about what's going on in the front. What attracts you is what you see from behind. What I'd like for you to do is really ask yourself why. And when was the first time you remember being attracted that way? Sometimes it's not a good reason. Other times it is. It just might be who you are and what your preferences are. What I'm trying to get you to see is that perhaps you might start making a covenant with your eyes and not allowing your eyes to just totally gravitate to what really attracted to you to that person in the first place, but see what's behind. And I don't mean that with a pun. Should I say no pun intended? See what's going on behind all of that stuff and trust yourself. Trust what's going on the inside of you will draw what it is that you're looking for without it just being a total physical attraction. Now, we all know that there are going to be things that attract us front, back, side, bottom, top, whatever it is. But again, I'm trying to draw your mind to what really is going to make things better for you and you to capitalize on those good things that are on the inside and not make this thing just something to make you feel good or for somebody to substitute. I should say sometimes we use that for love, and that's not what love is. You can express your love through that, but that's not what it is. And it's really amazing. I've spoken to several people who really believe that that is the core value of love, and it is not. So what is love? It is patient. It is kind. It's not boastful. It's not rude. It allows other people to go first before you and all of that. That's what love is, which is what's going to cause the intimacy. It's going to allow you both to be able to start trusting each other. And when you start to build a pattern of behavior, then you're going to see whether you want that or not. And I do believe that many of us have had experiences with people after we have been with them physically a few times. We were like, what were we thinking? Didn't get to know them, but keep going back because of what I said earlier, that soul tie. So let me tell you what that means. I'm going to start off by saying that I'm a dream interpreter. I'm a dreamer. I have dreamed things that are going to happen before they happen, or I've dreamed things about people that they may need to know some information so they can get better or so they can get some answers. I've been dreaming like that since I was 5 years old, and I've been interpreting dreams for a very long time. And so when you have dreams of people who have passed on, a lot of times you're given messages in your dreams, and that can only happen by something that is intangible, something that is spiritual. So I'm saying that to say many of us know that our loved ones that have passed on, we can still feel their spirits with us, or that their presence is with you. Their bodies have died, but their spirits live on. And if you are anywhere spiritual, you know that that on some level is true. Whether you believe that or not, it's true. And so it's the same thing with a soul tie. Here's the meaning. So the point that I'm making is that something happens spiritual when you bring your bodies together like that. And so it causes you then to become really entangled with one another in ways sometimes that you cannot break. So if you believe that that's what's happening to you, I'm not going to do it on this podcast. You're welcome to email me, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do to break that. No, it's not a spell or anything like that. It's not witchery or foolery. We're talking about spiritual issues. So let's move on. Have you ever gone window shopping? You may or may not have the money to buy anything, but you're just out looking. Sometimes you look in a bakery and like, ooh, that cake looks so good, but I don't need the calories. Or you walk past a shoe store and say, those would look good on my feet, right? But if you choose to buy it, you're going to go in, you're going to touch it, you're going to try it on, you're going to see how it looks on you and how it works for you. So I'm asking you to make a covenant with your eyes. The next time you meet someone and you think that you may be attracted because of what you see, I'm asking you to recognize that as window shopping. And if you choose to go in and check it out and it turns into you possibly wanting to buy it, try it on first. And I don't mean in a physical way with people, but try it on for size. In other words, have conversations as we talked about. See if you're compatible. See if there's a spark. See if there can be some intimacy outside of your physical attraction. When you make a covenant with your eyes, ladies and gentlemen, you may then find in the morning what you were seeing the night before really wasn't what you thought you saw. But if you just window shop and perhaps give it a time, you'll figure out if that's what you want. So trust yourself. Now, guys, I know it's a little different for you when you go shopping, but ladies, we're going to go to a few stores, aren't we? And we may see one thing and go look at 10 more things and come back and buy that first thing, right? That's all I'm asking you to do is take your time so that you can do better in moving forward in your relationships. That's even with a job. You know what I tell them when they interview me? I let them know you're being interviewed too. Oh, I have a probation period, so do you. Because I need to see if you fit me just as well as you want to know if I fit you. You go in with the attitude, not a attitude, with the attitude that I can do this job better than anybody in here. Not with arrogance, with confidence. And see what happens in your life. Same thing in relationships. Try them on for size before you buy them. Aren't you hearing me? We have made so many mistakes. We're just going by what we see and not trying to figure out if It's the long flowing hair or the bald head or the long slim neck or fat neck with broad shoulders and a back that's slender or one that's broad. You know what's up in the behind area. And down to the thighs, what do you like about that? And the legs. Some people have feet and hand fetishes. Do you want hands that are smooth or rough? What does that show you about that person? Pay attention. From head to toe, not just what attracts you. I think that might help. And like I said, trust yourself. When you feel something inside, ladies, that doesn't quite feel right, don't ignore that. And guys, when she reminds you of that chick that you used to deal with, about a year ago, don't ignore that either. Remember, we want to draw the good stuff, not the mistakes that we made that made us feel good or something that's easy or fun, unless you're just trying to have fun. Then you still need to be aware of the truth of a matter, because the truth and the knowledge thereof will set you free. Thought you knew. When we don't trust ourselves, we have difficulty making choices, even when those choices are both positive. We have a hard time making a decision because we believe internally that we're going to get it wrong, that we're going to make a mistake. Listen, life is full of mistakes, and you don't get where you are today or who you are today if you have wisdom and knowledge and understanding and truth in your life, without dealing with some lies and some people who try to come up against you and rubbing up against some rough places. In order for you to be able to have more knowledge and wisdom, you gotta know it's from your experience. Some of the stuff you did 4 or 5 years ago or in a past relationship or a past job or past life experience, if you learned from it, you're not continuing to do those things. But if you did not learn from them and you continue to make mistakes or continue to go the wrong direction, then you begin to question whether or not you can make the right choices. Trust yourself. And you do that by tapping in to what's going on the inside. If it feels peaceful and free-flowing and natural and authentic, then you pretty much know you can kind of go forward a step or two to see what's going on down the road a little further. But when it's the opposite of that, take note of it. It doesn't mean you break and run. It just means pay attention to it. And because she's fine or so pretty, oh my God, did you see her hips? Oh my man, did you see them thighs? Look beyond that. And don't just allow that to be your compass. If she turns around and looks at you and has this dynamic smile, but then when you take her out, she's rude and arrogant and not ladylike, is she still so beautiful? Or do you overlook it because maybe because she's so pretty or got a big old booty, it'll work out? I don't think so. If you don't trust yourself, perhaps that's something you have to look at and find out why. Is it because you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, but you keep getting the same thing? You know that's insane, right? So that's why I'm talking to you. Just planting a seed and believing that life is going to water it. And it is God himself who I believe brings the increase, because all good and perfect things come from above. It comes from a good source, which is love. So the point is, love more of yourself and recognize that you deserve the best. Whatever your best is, it's not abusive, it's not mean, it's not rude, it's not selfish. And all of us have some of that in us. But if you're seeing someone with those qualities after you window shopped and it's not working for you, don't buy it. And don't buy into it. Believe that you're better than that. Even when you think that this is just the best for you because it's what you see in the front, the back, the side, the bottom, the top, whatever you see in between. Behind. It's all about making a covenant with your eyes and saying it's okay to window shop. it's okay to go ahead and take a look, but I ain't gotta buy it before I know whether or not it fits me. Huh? I hope this helped you. I do. I know it's simplistic, but I'm a simplistically deep person. Okay? If I start talking too deep, I might go over your head. And for what? I want you to hear it on a real level. Meeting you right where you are. I love y'all. All right, on to the giveaway. Okay, here we go. We have 4 winners today, and we have 2 bonus winners. And I have something to say to a few of you. And let's start with the winners. Number 10, $50. Number 22, $25. Number 97, $50. And number 4, $25. Number 4, not only did you win $25, I want to tell you something. Your answers speak volumes regarding who you are. You're thoughtful. You're a deep thinker. Who are you? You, my dear, are a person who never gives up. Don't give up. And continue believing in who you are, regardless of what's going on around you. You are accepted here every day, all day long, boo. We have 2 bonus winners. Number 2, she is our grand prize bonus winner. We will talk about that later. But number 2, please email us with the information that we need so we can move forward. Please do that as soon as possible. And number 94, you win $25. And I have a little something to say to you too. Scholar student, you are brilliant and you're headed for success. Don't forget about that. And don't ever forget who you are when you make it to the top. Remember us little people down here, okay? When I call your number, I have a message for you. This is not for the giveaway. We've already done that. This is because I have a message for you. However, we are going to be doing giveaways throughout this season. I will not announce any more of them until it is our next scheduled giveaway, which is sometime in the fall. Number 130, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Number 92, sugar, are you sweet? Are you sweet? Number 52, your name means graced by God. You are smart and you're kind, and you don't always see the grace of God in your life. You don't always feel that, but you will. You have the favor of God on your life, sweetheart. Don't ever forget that. He will never leave you nor forsake you. He is complete love, and everything that He's doing for you, even though you can't see it, it's working out for your good. Keep being who you are. And last, but surely not least, number 111, 111. Well, you truly are an entrepreneur, a hustler at heart. But let me introduce you to my God if you don't know Him. He is love, and He leads you and He guides you into all truth. All you have to do is believe that He exists. And if you don't pray, then I offer you to pray and ask for guidance and direction from the light of all light, from the King of all kings, from the Lord of all lords, from God who's in heaven. And He will be the lamp unto your feet and the light unto your pathway. He will exalt the valleys and level the mountains in your life, who make every crooked place straight and every rough place smooth. All you have to do is ask Him. When you have light to order your steps and to guide you along the way, how can you fail? He won't fail. Will you trust Him? I hope that you'll take my word for it and get started today. Not only does that apply to number 111, it applies to all of us. And so, that's it for today. I thank you so much for joining us and tuning in. Don't forget to email me if you won. Congratulations. And we'll have more winners in the future. Keep listening. God bless you. We love you. Take care. Bye-bye.